Some of the reasons why companies especially are looking to switch to EV, it's really mainly down to air quality. There's a real push towards climate change, and migrating over to electric vehicles is one of the many solutions that companies are looking to adopt.
I think some of the reasons companies have the good intentions to swap to EV would be the sustainability credentials as a business, the environment as a whole, and from a financial standpoint, the total cost of ownership would actually be quite surprising to many businesses for running a fleet.
I think there is a whole plethora of challenges that clients face, and it's not easy because they've never procured EV charging infrastructure before. So sometimes they don't know where to start. They need a bit of guidance and support, and that's where we can help.
Some of the biggest challenges that companies have in migrating over to electric vehicles is where to start. Ultimately, it's the first time they've ever put in infrastructure into their premises or into their operation, and how to actually put that in that it doesn't cause any major disruption to their operation has got to be one of the key factors.
EV chargers, they take a lot of power, so that can sometimes be a big cost at certain times, but there is ways that we can work around it with our active load balancing technology and smart charging networks, so we can make the most effective use of whatever power there is available at that site up to a certain point, and then we can delay into phase 2 or 3 when they're going to need to bring additional power in with a new DNO connection.
I think the biggest challenge is now to businesses electrifying their workplace is simply the supply available to that building. We must remember most of these buildings were conceived purely as an office environment, and now we're asking them to be fuel stations as well.
If you are thinking of installing charge points from a fleet perspective, there's one piece of advice that I would like to give, and I think it's all around power. So a lot of the phases that we work through when installing charging infrastructure do start off quite small, but very, very quickly, as soon as vehicles become available and the fleet grows and transitions over to electric a little bit quicker, more power is going to be needed. So there are lots of companies out there now that are going to be grabbing power and wanting that power. And the great thing about working with us here at MER is those solutions are available within our consultancy that will provide you at the front end.
Another problem that we come across quite commonly is, businesses working out their internal processes for how they're going to charge back, for the usage of the chargers, whether it be for the staff, for visitors. They haven't necessarily got the expense procedures to cope with that, and that's where the back office can come in that we can support with, which is very versatile, it's user-friendly, and it can ensure that it keeps things simple for the clients and for the drivers themselves.
Another challenge that we see quite frequently is where fleet organisations have vehicles where the drivers take the vehicles home of an evening. I think that's something that we need to consider, because they obviously don't come back to a depot base per se for the opportunity for vehicles to get fully charged.
Types of customers we would support looking for a home charger would be an individual who's just purchased their first electric vehicle, right up to a fleet of vehicles that are a business that's looking for a fleet proposition, and the vehicles are stationed at home and they need to support those vehicles with an EV charging solution.
Certainly the advice that I would give any company in adopting EV charge points is get the experts in as early as possible. That would be paramount, and that's something at MER that we do really well, and helping and guiding and supporting companies on that EV journey, whether it's right at the very beginning or the halfway through. Ultimately they've got to reach their destination, and we've certainly got the right team and the right people there to support them.